and there was complete silence. Bafana is down. Black Hawk is down. Complete silence. But seriously, I understand South Africa's situation and position, but it's just the approach. The approach needs to be checked again. In the meantime, Bafana is going to go back home very, very quickly to their jobs. I think it's also affected the focus of the players because of what is going on back home. It's affected the focus of the players as well. So you see, as much as everything is physical, it's spiritual as well. There is no positive energy from back home, so it's affected the players. So the leaders of March on March try and start speaking in a different language that will bring about positivity in everything that you do in your country, South Africa. Then it will the spirit, the positive spirits will open up once again for things to go on well for your country. The relations with other African countries can be more friendly. Because sometimes you might be right, but the approach makes everything negative and it brings about negative energy. So take a look again at your approach and then correct things so that energies around you will also change and things will be better.
Okay, what do we say? What do we say? What went wrong in this game?
I did not watch the football. I woke up to a lot of jubilation from other African countries that Mexico annihilated South Africa at the opening of the World Cup games. They opened the World Cup games with Mexico. The final score, Mexico 2, Bafana 0. Black Hawk down. Bafana is down. A lot of African countries are jubilating. Obviously, they are jubilating from the fact that South Africa has not been so kind to other immigrants in their country. So people are against South Africa. Somebody will say, yeah, that's karma. If you treat other people badly, other people will also not support you. From many angles, I understand South Africa and their position now. It looks like it took them a lot of time to recover from apartheid. They had to readjust in different phases. They had to readjust themselves mentally, physically, emotionally, consciously. I think they are still readjusting after apartheid. So in their period of adjustment, foreigners who came into the country have also taken advantage of the weaknesses that exist. Now they have come to a realization and they are saying enough is enough. And I completely understand that foreigners are taking advantage of the weaknesses in the system. But not all foreigners are taking advantage of their system. Some foreigners, because I'm sure there are foreigners who also have legitimate businesses in South Africa. However, the method with which South Africa is addressing this issue is where I find a problem with, because I understand their frustration. I mean, they've gotten to the point where they do not want to go through diplomacy. They just want people out. But then when you do that in this time and age of living with people through collaboration and combined effort and relying on each other, We are in a different age altogether now. So the method that South Africa is using now is what is wrong. The approach is what is wrong. This is where I stand. I side with South Africa. Their system needs cleansing, but the approach is completely wrong. And that has caused people to go against South Africa. Some people might say, oh yeah, we supported South Africa during apartheid. So why can they also not accommodate other Africans in their country? I mean, irrespective of the fact that South Africa was supported by other African countries during apartheid, does not also warrant that their systems should be taken advantage of. That is my position. If you've helped somebody, it does not warrant that you should contribute in draining the same system that you helped to free itself of depression. So yes, South Africa was supported in diverse ways by other African countries during apartheid, but all the same, the system should not be taken advantage of. And I think South Africans are now consciously awoken. I think they were sleeping at first. They did not really mind. And that's because they were still adjusting to post-apartheid. Now they've come to a realization that things are going bad. But the method, the approach they are using is questionable, is wrong. So the approach has caused other Africans to go against them in everything, including the World Cup. So people are jubilating. Bafana is down. So I think the approach needs to be checked so that broken relationships can be rebuilt with other African countries, because now no country can live without relying on another country. Collaborated relations brings about the best progress in every country, in every individual, in every group, in every organization. So I think South Africa should accept that they've done things wrongly in addressing this issue. They should change the rhetoric of the discussions, try and mend up broken relations with other African countries. The people leading this whole agenda, what's their name? Dudula Group, March on March and whatnot, they should take a second look at their approach. Work together with your immigration officers, work along your immigration policies and procedures. That will be better than what is going on right now. Start talking differently. They shouldn't be like, oh yeah, we go back to your country. Go back to your country. You're taking our jobs. So that's what I've got to say about Mexico annihilating South Africa at the opening of the World Cup games. But reading on apartheid is another interesting topic. Apartheid was not necessarily colonization. Apartheid was living separately from the foreigners who came to the country. So it's another topic altogether. Apartheid is completely different from colonization. So that's something I'm going to talk about another time. Cheers!